Hey, it's Q. Welcome to my garage. Allow me to ramble a little bit about guitars. This is kind of a review of a DAngelico I just bought, which is sitting on my lap. I'm not getting paid by DAngelico yet, although if I get some hits on this video, maybe they can send some cash my way. Come on, give me free stuff. But I don't get paid to do this. I just want to share my opinion because that's what the internet's about. So I've always loved 335s. I've had some great Gibsons, some great Fenders, some great Gretsch guitars. The one guitar I've always wanted, the Johnny B. Goode, Back to the Future, Gibson ES335 with the Bigsby. Never bought that one for myself. Lots of opportunities to. I've owned a lot of guitars in the same price point, but never bought that one, which is surprising because I've always been a Chuck Berry lover, and man, that's like I got my start playing a bunch of Chuck Berry licks. He was like the gateway drug to rock and roll. He's the marijuana of rock and roll. All right, marijuana is really the gateway drug to rock and roll, but Chuck Berry is like marijuana in a way. Am I going to get sued for that? I don't know. Anyway, I wanted a cheap way to attain that because, for God's sakes, this thing's going to be out on a stand. I'm not gigging. I don't want to put it in a specialized case. I got little kids running around and a dog, and I just want a guitar I can grab. That's not my own. I can make my own guitars. I do. I have my own guitars. I sell them. Problem is, I make one for myself. Usually I end up selling it. Somebody's like, I like that one. I'll give you money for it. Sold. Or I make a design and then I have to make a new design, and so I take parts from the old one I built for myself, to build a new one. So it's hard for me to keep guitars for myself around here anymore, especially now that I don't use them for gigs anymore. I just build and repair. So, my own personal stock has really dwindled. So what's a boy to do, right? You gonna go out and spend $3,000 on a Gibson? You gonna buy a used one? It's still expensive? No. I found this guy. I was leaning toward that. There's a new Epiphone that's got DAngelico pickups in it. That's really reasonably priced. Looked pretty cool. But then I saw these guys, and I thought I'd give them a chance. First of all, the sales lady told me she hated the color. It looks like an old worn-in pair of blue jeans. The chauvinist in me said, well, a woman hates it. Take my money. It's not, well, it's partially true. It wasn't because she's a woman, but, her dislike of it made me like it more. All right, we got a double action truss rod in this thing, which is kind of unheard of in a cheap guitar. Schecters do that, I believe, but that's his big selling point. The fingerboard's dyed. It's some other wacky wood that's lighter. They dye it to look like ebony. Don't care about that so much. Maple neck. Cool thing about a maple neck as opposed to a mahogany is breakage. That's less likely to break as it's maple. It's just a harder, denser wood. It's a lot brighter than mahogany. It doesn't have the warm tone, but it's a little more stable. Well, not stable, but resistant to breaking. The double action truss rod should really help with stability in it because it's not going to be as sensitive to weather changes. Your traditional truss rod goes across grain lines, and every time the humidity changes, the neck moves. That's another video. Double action truss rods, not so much. USA pickups, Seymour Duncan, JB said in here. Okay, I don't have to buy new pickups. These are perfectly fine. They get me to that Chuck Berry land. I'm happy. See if the pots are okay. They seem to be okay so far. I'm not taking it out and gigging it at, a high humidity festival or anything, so can't comment on those yet. The jack down here, that's good job. Gibson hasn't moved that on the 335 yet. I did own a 339 at one time. I got really close to it. Great pickups. Hated the Memphis tone circuit, and just when they designed this cutaway, you couldn't really access this last fret at all. You just could not get your hand in there. At least I couldn't. And I don't have giant hands like our president. I just, I've not tiny hands, but you know what I'm saying. They're average hands. Let's not imply anything there, but I couldn't get in there with my normal, perfectly normal, fine hands. Couldn't do it. So kind of let that guitar go. This one I have no trouble with it, like a regular 335. Frets are nice and tall too. I don't, with a lot of lower end knockoff style guitars, the imports, the frets don't last very long. I've noticed. I've done a lot of refrets on 5-year-old guitars. I don't want to get sued for slander or anything, but the brands, the ones that look like Les Pauls and 335s. Sometimes you get those, and within 3 years, if a guy gigs on it 3 nights a week, those frets are toast. And then you're looking at buying another guitar or getting the frets replaced in this guitar. Why not just buy another guitar? Because then you got to use the one with the worn out frets for slide. It's really a brilliant system they got going there. But anyway, I like this guitar. I'm not going to plug it in and play it for you because I'm in a garage. You're not going to hear the tone of it. You know what JBs sound like in a hollow body. I'm just saying I think the quality's nice. It's pretty good. Now, whether it's made in a factory at a loss so that some larger company can take a tax break, maybe they're exploiting labor. I don't know. Maybe they're just taking advantage of the fact that we don't really charge tariffs on this. This is as good a quality as a Gibson. A lot of Gibsons I've played. It's not lacquer, but man, frets are great. Double action truss rod. It's good quality. There's no reason it should be a $700 guitar, except for there's either they're not making a lot of money on it or some other nefarious reason out there. But while it's available to me here in the States to purchase a guitar at this price, I don't do it often, but I did on this one, and I think it's a good instrument. So thank you to the men and women out there in third world country land who built this guitar for me in Indonesia. If you're watching, you did a great job. Keep it up. I hope they're taking care of you as one builder to another. And if you're in the market for a low-end ES335 style guitar, I dig these. They're pretty cool. Or get another one. I don't care which. I'm not getting paid to sell you on a guitar. I'm just saying this ended up being a cool buy for me. We'll see if it sticks around.